Bajaj Housing Finance's much-awaited 6,500 crore IPO will open for subscription on the 9th of September. The issue includes an offer for sale for 3,000 crore rupees and a fresh issue of 3,560 crore rupees. My colleague Reema caught up with the chairman Sanjeev Bajaj and managing director Atul Jain on the IPO and, of course, what's on offer. Listen in.
Clearly, the RBI requirement, given our size and being in the upper layer, was to list before September 2025. But what's equally important is that while Bajaj Housing Finance is only a 7-year-old company, as you mentioned, assets as of 31st March 24 at 91,000 crore, the fastest growing housing finance company, the largest non-deposit taking housing finance company. So it becomes important to diversify our sources of borrowing as well. Our capital has all come from the parent, that is Bajaj Finance, the last 7 years. So it's a combination of size and the RBI requirement, both I would say.
So talking about size, now your balance sheet is nearly 1 lakh crore rupees, I think 97,000 as of the June quarter. Do you think the current scale and size is a hindrance for the company to continue growing at 30% that you've seen over the last couple of years?
So let me start by saying that the opportunity for housing in this country, not only because of the way the country has been growing the last decade, but also the additional focus that the government has brought in so that there is housing for all. There is a long way to go. And while we don't target any particular growth number, we've been able to see very strong growth in the last 7 years. And this is on the back of both the opportunity that exists, the capabilities that the management has built, which Atul will talk about a little bit more now, as well as the high quality performance parameters that we've been able to report quarter on quarter. But I'm sure Atul will detail more.
So do you think 30% is sustainable?
Surima, like Sanjeev called out, we do not target a particular number. Of course, the market size is very large. If you look at a housing market itself, let us say home loan market, which is the largest part of a mortgage market, the market by plus some estimates plus minus was 30 lakh crore plus as of EGM in the country. Loan against property 10 lakh crore plus. So the kind of a market size which is there, compared to that, our size, relative size of a 91,000, 97,000 crore as of a 30 June still remains small. So we have an opportunity to grow, but we are not guided by a particular number. Subject to opportunity, market opportunity, and our ability to take space to the extent what we can take. Happy to get the outcome. More important and relevant part is, the market being very large is one part. This is also growing at various estimates on the industry at a 13 to 14% kind of a CAGR, which is a very high pace of a growth, and the way forward for the industry as well, given housing focus of the government in the country, given low mortgage to GDP ratio of India compared to even other economies.
Has the competitive intensity come down because HDFC Limited, the giant in the space, has merged with HDFC Bank?
At this point of time, the competitive intensity is still high, and it's not only despite HDFC having merged, but if you look at the overall lending opportunity in the country, the one segment where banks would be traditional lenders in the private capex space for corporates has been slow, though we've started seeing some green shoots there the last few quarters. And in the absence of that, banks have participated in lending for homes because that is the largest retail asset class and one of the safest retail asset classes as well. So yes, so the competitive intensity continues to be there. But on the other hand, what's life if there's not competition? That's what creates some fun.
And what about the average ticket size? Because your average ticket size is about 46 lakh, and that's much higher than the peers. And you've opted to operate in that prime segment, which is giving home loans to 50 lakh plus. So is there going to be change in that strategy? And what about affordable housing? Because you've set up a strategic business unit to cater to that.
So Reema, we are not, we don't exclude, like I said, that we are operative in all segments and all sub-segments of the market. But at a point of a time, the focus can be on a particular segment. So the focus in the past had been largely on the prime with the dominant portion of the salaried book, which is reflective of the book composition or the ticket size of the book. But we are present in whether affordable or non-prime. Because there are no standard definitions, that's why I'm choosing to call non-prime whether affordable or a mass affluent. And basis the experience, basis again the risk metrics what we see, basis the returns, risk-adjusted returns what we see, the mix will evolve.
So Sanjeev, talking about this current IPO, it's an offer for sale of 3,000 crore rupees plus a primary capital raise of 3,560 crore. So this primary capital, fresh issue, is going to be growth capital. You're one of the fastest growing housing finance companies. So this money that you've raised is going to suffice the company for how long? When do you think next the company will need to come to the market?
Well, with the internal projections on where we are likely to be in the next couple of years, and which today I'm not at liberty to share with you, but once
So I'm
we are
glad you're going public, right?
Once we are a listed company, as I said, that thing could change, that situation will change. But we think for the next couple of years, this should suffice. And as you know, we have the requirement to dilute 25% over the next 3 years. And depending on how growth is going in the coming years, we'll take that call between primary and OFS.
Okay. So when you say couple of years, we're talking about 0 to 3, 3 to 5, more than 5?
Right now, this capital should be for the next 2 to 3 years. But again, as I said, it will all depend on industry growth, our growth, so I'm not trying to project anything right now.
You always think long term, right? So today, promoter stake comes down to 88%, approximately. Eventually, you will bring it down to 75%. What about thereafter? Will Bajaj Housing Finance continue to remain a subsidiary?
Our plan right now, keeping in mind that we have a very long journey before the risk of not being a subsidiary for the foreseeable future, very much so.
And what will Bajaj Finance do with the 3,000 crore that they're raising?
Well, Bajaj Finance is also very much a growing company, so it will continue to use that capital for future growth.
Are you seeing any signs of stress in the market right now? Your asset quality is best in class, pristine, if I may use that word. But are there any signs of stress?
No, not in the housing finance space. In the segments that we are in, a combination of very thoughtful acquisition strategy, leveraging data, leveraging analytics has helped us ensure that what the business that we have built in the last 7 years, and even as we see it right now, is of high quality. So these are also choices, Rima, to be made. And you asked a question on affordable housing finance as well. Now, as we build out each of these business lines, we are also thoughtful to not just do everything together, because then you end up taking disproportionate risk. We are balancing it out by building the teams, building the tech capabilities, the distribution ability, trying to understand what customer segments we need to participate in, and that way gradually build out each of these lines. And as we gain more experience, and I'm sure we'll make some mistakes, we learn from that and apply that back. And that's been our learning from Bajaj Finance over the last 17 years and our learning from housing finance the last 7 years.
Okay, well, that's an interesting chat with the management of Bajaj Housing. That's the big housing finance lender which is making it to the market.